How amazing it is that my next guest actually works with us here at TV3. I had no idea at all, but it's been a pleasure meeting him and I'm falling in love with him. Perez Musik, Frank Tego is his proper name. He is a gospel songwriter, recording artist, producer, and also a filmmaker. And he is, you sing in a church. What's the name of your church?
ICGC Father's House.
ICGC.
Father's House Chapel in Dansoman.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Father's House Chapel in Dansoman. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Is it your first time here on a new set?
Oh, no, I think this is my...
no, on this set.
On this set, yeah,
yes.
This new set. Yeah, this is my first time.
This is your first time on this
It's
new
a beautiful set. Like,
Thank you, because I haven't really encountered you. But good to have you here
Thank you for having
this
me.
morning.
Thank you for
So tell me, which one comes very easy and naturally to you? Music or filmmaking?
I think music, but it depends on the season that I am in.
Oh, wow.
It varies, yeah.
Okay.
It changes depending on what mood or what season that I'm in.
What season are you in right now, Frank?
Greatness.
Oh, wow. I love you.
Thank you.
I don't know what your story is or what your experiences have been. I really want to get into it this morning, but you speak a lot of positivity.
Yeah.
What experience brought you to this stage of life where everything you say is just positive?
I mean, you need to be optimistic about life because it's good for your mental health. It's good for your well-being as an individual. So, I mean, I have been through various stages and various things in life. I mean, I've seen low times, I've seen good times, and I've seen extremely bad times. But through it all, I mean, I was able to catch myself and sit myself down and make some analysis and realize that, listen, you know, life is a game. It's a game, so you just need to make sure you're playing it well and make sure you're at the right side. And what's the right side? It's just to be at the positive side. I mean, it won't cost. What would it cost you to be positive about things?
You don't lose anything, right?
You don't lose anything. You don't lose anything if you're positive. But if you dwell on negativity, it drains you and it even shows on you. I mean, everything around you just calms down. But if you're positive, I mean, you're even able to turn bad things into good things, or you can make anything that life throws at you. You approach it with some optimism, and then you're able to turn it around into your favor. I think it's better that way for you as an individual to be positive.
Right. I was reading about you, and I read that your purpose is to use music to empower believers.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
You know, music is a very powerful tool. Music can bring out an emotion in you. Music can encourage you to either do evil or to do good. Okay. I mean, music is strong, and there's a spirit behind music. And when I realized how good I was at my gifting, I didn't take it easy. I didn't take it easy on myself. I knew that it's something that is a big thing that can change lives. I mean, somebody can listen to your song, and the person's next choices in life or their life decisions concerning their destiny might even depend on the song you are singing. So I decided not to take my gifting as a joke. So I invested a lot of prayer. I mean, I invested a lot of study into it. And then I also invested a lot of relationships. Wow. I made sure that I got myself in areas where I can make friends and make relationships that can help propagate the music that I intend to bring on.
So what's your story? How did life start for you, and at what point did you realize that, no, I think I need salvation, or how did salvation even come to you?
So for me, I grew up in a Christian home.
Already?
My mom was a Christian, is still a Christian, and she trained me quite well. And I always say that she made me understand who the Holy Spirit was. Okay. Because there are times that she will not go to work, she will just be in a room and she'll take a chair and she'll be sitting in on her bed.
And she'll be talking to the chair?
No, not the chair. She's the Holy Spirit. Today I have a chair for you. I want us to have a discussion. Oh. And she can be in a room the whole day. I'll go to school and come back and she's still there praying. So, I mean, it gave me a solid foundation. But then, when you get into your teens, you like to explore. Because mommy never made me go out. I never went to children's park. I never had those childhood experiences that most children had. So when I got to university, when I got to SS actually,
that's where the
I got
problems
to I'm like, you know what, Charlie, it is time.
I'm glad you're going there because I want to hint on how your addiction was, what happened to you, how long you were in it, and the final moments when you had to give it all up. What happened? Who introduced you to your first joint?
It's actually a friend of mine. I don't want to mention his name. We are still very good friends.
Okay.
And I had my first, no, not joint. If you say joint, I don't do weed. I don't do cocaine.
So what addiction was it?
It was cigarettes. It was, and you know, it was just a bad habit. You know, it's a nasty thing. I mean, it even stops you from going in the midst
But you
of
know,
people.
when you're doing it, you don't realize that it's nasty.
No, you don't.
I once came very close to a man who smokes. I gave him a hug. And the smell and the stench alone that I smelled. And he's got a wife and children.
Yeah.
So I said, how is the wife able to sleep by this man every night, especially right after smoking?
They get used to it. They get used to it. And the funny thing is, okay, so let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
I had my first cigarette. I don't know if you know Indigo nightclub.
No.
In Osu.
No.
It's around where Purple Pop is right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's around that side.
So it's still functional?
No, I think they broke it down.
Okay.
I remember very, very, very well, vividly. I can literally see the picture.
Right.
So it was I came from school, my first time in secondary school, and it was a party. My mom asked me not to go, so I opened the back door when she slept, and then I just passed there and I went. That was the first time. And I don't know, I think I liked it. But then I didn't do it again till I got to Form 3 or so.
Okay.
And then when I got to university, it became worse. And now let me tell you what happened. There was a girl I liked, and she actually said she likes it when I smoke. She likes the smell of it. So
Are you joking?
Yes, it's true. So then it became, oh, okay, so then if she likes it, it's cool. But I didn't know that I was putting so much nicotine in me that it will get to a point that I can't live
Where
without
did this girl
it.
come from? The devil sent her straight to you. Are you kidding me?
I'm telling you the honest truth. I'm being very honest with you. I'm being very honest.
She says what? It smells good. She likes it.
Yeah, but now that I understand spiritual things, I know that some of these things.
Oh, free baby, some Delilah.
You know, there are people who are actually being used and they don't know that they are being used. That's why I take my music serious, because the things we hear in our songs, the things we watch on TV, they influence our thoughts. There are spirits behind them. They deposit something in you. They leave a residue in you that you might not immediately realize that something has altered your thinking, but maybe as time goes on, when it's time for you to take a decision, you realize that all those things find a way to, they play a role in it, and then you realize that it will influence the decision that you take. So yeah, I'm very careful what I do now.
I see. Thank God for salvation.
Yeah.
Thank God for salvation. So when did Blame Matessa happen? A long time ago?
Oh no, that's 2019.
2019. So that's 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, you're in your third year for
it was
Blame
the
Matessa.
latter part of 2019.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. And the newest one, Hewale Lala, literally translates the song of strength. Yes, the song of strength.
Yeah.
Where did this one come from? Tell us the story, because there's a story behind it.
Yes, so, I mean...
Why are you laughing? The experience?
Yeah.
Looking back?
Yeah.
Okay, take us through it.
You know, I went through a phase, you know, I went through a phase in my life.
When was this? Last year? 2019, 2020, 2021?
Last year. No, last year. Last year. I think they're somewhere around the early part of last year.
Okay.
But, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I think God has a funny, he has a sense of humor. He has an amazing sense of humor. Sometimes the things you go through, depending on how you handle them, they can actually turn into good things for you. Right. So I was trying to build something. I was trying to set up something for myself and my ministry. Okay. And then, something happened and I lost everything.
Everything.
One morning I just woke up.
Was it an investment?
Yeah, no, it was some property,
files
some
small, that you lost?
Yeah, some. So let's say my studio. I was trying to put together a studio.
And it got bent?
No. My studio actually got bent in 2012. That was my first studio. Wow. It got bent on the 24th of December.
No
I remember.
Way. No way.
A day before Christmas, so you can just imagine. But this one, something happened.
Okay.
It's not something I really want to get into, but what happened was I just lost everything. I mean, they came, they took everything, including my car, literally everything. And it broke me. It broke me. What really broke me was the fact that, listen, I'm trying to build something for you. It's not me. I'm even trying to build all these things for the work that I want to propagate. And then you just let this thing happen to me. And you understand why I'm making this investment for you. And the thing is, I don't want to say it's the funny thing. The amazing thing is, most of the things we do or I do, you hardly get support from anywhere. Okay. So you just hear a little, there a little, you gather.
So what you mean is, all these things I'm doing is for you. You meant God.
God,
You're
I'm talking about God. Yeah,
all these things I'm doing is for you. So why did you allow this to happen to me?
So it made me, like, it really hit me.
Yeah.
It really hit me.
Did you almost lose your faith?
Oh, no.
It didn't come close to that?
No. It doesn't. Okay. It doesn't ever. It won't.
I've been there before where I almost lost my faith.
No, I didn't lose my like the closest I went. I didn't lose my faith, but I was almost tempted to fall for a lie.
Wow.
You know, where somebody tries to drag you into a different doctrine, like with Christianity as the basis, but then you realize that no, this is not godly. They're tweaking the whole faith. But then, I mean, I'm sure it was my mother's prayers and the Holy Spirit that cautioned me that, listen, this is not where I want you to go. Yeah. So I mean, when that incident happened, it broke me. Like it affected my core. It affected my thinking. So, I mean, that I was very down. I was very, very, very down. So I was coming from a place where I shouldn't be. I was a hangout that I shouldn't be at just because I was down and I wanted to vibe with friends.
So you went to that particular hangout?
Yeah.
When that thing happened?
Yeah. Okay. So when I was coming back, I was very worried. And then I just heard this song. I just heard the Holy Spirit like talk to me in the words of this song, telling me that, listen, I know you're going through stuff, but me, I mean, I'll strengthen you, and I'll lift you.
And you heard it directly in your spirit?
Yeah, I heard it I heard the lyrics and the melody. Okay. It wasn't as refined as it is now, but I heard it. Okay. I'll lift you. I'll strengthen you. And I'll lift you. If no evil shall come your way. Okay. And I was like,
and those words were landing straight into your spirit.
Yeah, the book of Isaiah. Okay. I'll uphold you by my right hand. And I'm like, you're telling me that if one could but just this morning, if one
right.
So then it means that this is like where I'm taking you, this is nothing. And then one of the convictions that I also had was like, sometimes there are problems that you go through that God will not take away. The problems will be there, but He'll just raise you above the problems. And then you realize that this is actually nothing. So yeah, I mean, that's where this song was birthed from.
So that's the story of Perez Musik, his actual name, Frank Tego, and this is what he's been doing for how long?
I've been doing music for more than 14 years.
14 years. Yeah. So do you have an album to your credit yet?
I have one album and a number of EPs. So this one is actually one of my new EPs.
So what's the name of this EP?
It's Delivered.
Delivered. This is the Delivered EP.
Delivered EP.
Wait, how many songs on there?
The EP has 5 songs. The album will have about 10 songs. The album is also Delivered album. That one will be around and will be out in October.
Right.
Thereabouts.
Right.
Yes.
I see. So Hewale Lala is one of the songs on the Delivered EP. What other songs are on there?
There's Made For You. There's Chelfe, also another Ghana song. Okay. There's Ayeyinyom, which is like a tree medley. And then there's the 4th one.
It probably won't come to you right now. But yes, my colleagues have joined me, Bella and Johnny. You guys are welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys are familiar with him already.
Yes,
I'm the newest one, so I didn't quite know him. But
that's what I call it.
Yeah.
Amazing song.
But I think there's something spiritual about singing in Ghana as well. Yeah. I thought it was Ewe for me, but I'm just discovering again that there's something about it when you sing in Ghana.
And for me, it raises the question about how we have in our churches.
Yes.
We sing songs that people don't understand. So they just are part of the group of people who have come to church. But in terms of connecting with God, it's not there. I mean, if I sing Yebe to Ebenezer or Nyehawala, people connect than, singing, because the person has not gone to school. And then you're singing all the
English.
They can't even connect. So they can't.
But it depends
at
on
that
the
time,
church.
if you're worshiping God, I don't think that it's really a big deal because you're still in that prayer mood anyway. So regardless, we enjoy songs that we don't understand.
So this man, for example, is playing very contemporary gospel, but everything is on point. But he's using a language that people
understand.
See the connection that people got from Joe Metals or War during the song that he did. I mean, you could clearly tell people. So my point is that speak to God in a language that you can understand. People are forced to pray in English by force. when sometimes they could actually tell their story to God in a better way, in the language they
choice,
understand.
Guys.
You know,
let's not. I mean,
I'm saying that if
so
the
you
church,
would normally worship in English?
I don't mind as long as I like the song. And sometimes
no,
I don't
as
even
in personally,
understand.
you would normally pray and worship in English?
That's what I'm saying, that it really doesn't matter. It depends on me at that moment.
Right.
And there are songs that I listen to that I don't understand, but I know they're worshiping God.
And you can connect with
it puts
God.
you in the spirit.
Yeah.
So sometimes I don't think that it necessarily has to be in language
speak
A
to
or
God
B.
in Ghana, I tell him my
As long as you are in that zone. Otherwise, why do we speak tongues?
Yeah.
You don't understand it, but
God
you're speaking and you're
understands it.
connecting to
God
God.
understands.
So sometimes you can sing a song in a different language, as long as you know that
I'm
you're
not
paying
saying
reverence to
songs
God,
that are sung
is
in
not
English
a big deal.
are not good. Or
But you
good
see,
for
I
worship.
think what you're also trying to say is for the masses,
Yeah.
it's the local language that does it for us.
If you're a pastor of a church and about 90% of your people can't understand English or comprehend, and all the
Why are you
choir
letting
does
them
is to
sing?
do
Yeah.
hill songs and all of
Yeah.
that, you are not connecting with them. You are not connecting with them.
So it's relative. What
It's
you're saying is
relative.
Yeah.
It's relative.
Relative, really.
It's relative. So I think that people should feel comfortable in front of God
Yeah, it's
and
true.
not to be boxed up.
I think I understand where you're
Yeah.
coming from. Yeah, I sort
people
of get where
people
you're
should be
coming from.
comfortable in church.
Then why
It's
do
not
they
be
speak tongues?
it's not be boxed up.
No, that one.
Well,
is
that's
a
when the Holy Spirit takes over.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
To do
saying,
his-
that
his
the Holy
thing.
Spirit doesn't only descend on you through, sometimes it's even with songs, because he says that even with worship, he's there. And sometimes you can even pay more reverence to him in worship than
tongues is for God
in
to
other-
understand and not for man to
Oh, but
interpret.
that's what I'm saying, that
but
sometimes
tongue speaking
a
is also for
different language. Worship is also
Exactly.
something that
Yeah.
God really loves anyway.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
that regardless of the language, even if you
Right.
don't understand it, but you are still, you're worshiping
You're connected.
God.
Your mind is there.
So you are saying that it's more of a state of
It's
your
a
heart.
personal, exactly.
State of your heart.
Really,
than
and not necessarily
But there's
a
the
language.
Frank, you
art,
didn't
there's
tell
the
us-
art of worship and the act of
One
worship.
second, he didn't tell us where
like
these
that.
songs are available though.
Okay, so this one is out on YouTube and is on all social media platforms. On
Okay.
Spotify, Boomplay, anywhere.